Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, healing just isn't happening for you? Like you're trying, you're doing the work, but somehow you still feel stuck. Maybe you're exhausted from reliving the past, questioning if you're the problem, or wondering why healing feels harder for you than it does for others. Let me tell you, I see you and I understand what you're going through because you're not alone in this process. And because of that, today we're going to dive into why healing feels so impossible. And most importantly, what no one told you about why you feel this way. There is a reason why healing feels so overwhelming. And it's not because you're broken. It's because you were never taught how to feel safe in this healing journey, right? So by the end of this episode, I hope that you walk away with a better understanding of why this struggle is happening and how you can start to shift it. But before we dive into that, I want to welcome back all my old listeners and those who are new here. Welcome. And we are so happy to have you here with us today. For those who are new here and doesn't know who I am, hi, I am Rose Jones and I'm your host here at A Sister's Love Podcast. I'm just one woman with one voice healing and helping other women heal. This is a space where we help women feel safe in their healing journey, love themselves, and create generational healing. Yes, what we do here, we create generational healing. So if you're searching for a sisterhood that's judge-free, supportive, and real, then sister, you are in the right place. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so that you never miss another episode, and don't forget to join our Facebook group, Sister Let's Heal Together, where we take this conversations deeper and we support each other beyond this podcast.
Welcome to A Sister's Love, the podcast that helps women who are healing by having those deep conversations, giving practical advice and words of encouragement. Come on, let's talk about it.
The truth about why healing feels impossible. So let's start with the real truth. Healing doesn't feel impossible because you're not trying hard enough. It feels impossible because your body and mind are wired for survival, not healing. Think about it like this. If you grew up in chaos, your brain learned to adapt by staying on high alert. If you were constantly walking on eggshells, your body learned that safety meant control, avoidance, or shutting down. If your love was always came by conditions, you learned that being vulnerable wasn't safe. So now as you try to heal, your body isn't resisting healing. It's resisting what feels unsafe. Healing asks you to feel emotions that you spend years trying to push away. It asks you to let go of coping mechanisms that once protected you. That's why it feels like a fight, because in many ways it is. So if healing isn't impossible, then why does it feel like no matter what you do, you cannot move forward? That brings me to the second thing no one told us about healing. Healing cannot happen in a space where you do not feel safe. And that safety starts in your nervous system. When we're been in survival mode for a long time, our nervous system stay in this heightened state. It's constantly screening for threats even when there is none to be found. That's why even small things can feel overwhelming. That's why you might struggle to relax, to trust, or to feel at peace even when there's nothing wrong. So before we talk about deep healing, we have to talk about regulating the nervous system, because if your body is still stuck in survival mode, it's going to resist every part of healing. How deep breathing helps the nervous system regulate itself. One of the simplest but most powerful ways to start calming your nervous system is deep breathing. When you take slow, deep breaths, it signals to your body that you are safe. It activates your nervous system. I hope I said that right. The part of your body that's responsible for the relaxation in healing. Let's try something together now. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly exhale. Do it one more time. Deep breath in, hold for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now relax and let it out. This simple action tells your body that I am safe. When your body starts to feel safe, healing can actually begin.
Hey, beautiful. Let's take a quick break and let's talk about something I think might help you right now. There was a point in my healing journey where I had to be real with myself. What I was doing wasn't working. I felt emotionally off balance. I kept hitting the same wall. No matter what I tried, I felt stuck. And when I finally sat with it, I realized I didn't feel safe. Not in my body, not in my emotions, and not even within myself. That's when everything shifted, because I finally understood that the lack of safety was the reason I couldn't move forward. And if you feel that way, like something is missing in your healing, I want to introduce to you my workbook collection, Healing a Survivor. It is built around my 3-step framework called Safe With Me, and it breaks it into micro steps to help you create safety, find stabilization, and reconnect with yourself. If you're in a place where nothing is working and you know something is missing, I want you to give my collection a try. Click the link in my show notes.
What to do once you can feel safe and calm. So now once you've calmed your nervous system, the next step is to remind yourself that it's true. Because you've been in survival mode, your mind used to fear-based thinking. Here is a few things that you can say to yourself in those moments after that deep breathing. I am safe in this moment. I am allowed to take my time. I do not have to rush my healing. My body knows how to heal, and I am learning to trust it. You can also say these things during the breathing. And the last one is, healing doesn't start in just your mind. It starts in your body. When your body starts to feel safe, that's when real transformation can happen. So let's break it all together. Healing feels impossible, not because you're broken, but because your body and mind are wired for survival. It feels impossible because no one has taught you how to feel safe while healing. And it feels impossible because healing asks for you to face parts of yourself that has been waiting for acknowledgement. It wants to be seen, parts of you that wants to be seen and heard and felt. But I need you to hear me. You're not broken. You're not feeling. And you're just unlearning survival and stepping into healing. And that takes time, patience, and most of all, safety. We need to feel safe. And this is why I created this podcast, because I know what it feels like to think healing is impossible. I know what it's like to feel lost, confused, and exhausted from trying so hard and still feeling stuck. But I also know that healing is possible when we have the right tools and the right support. And most importantly, a safe space to do the work. That's what this podcast is about. And that's what this season is going to give you. We're going to uncover why healing feels so hard, why we sabotage ourselves, and how we can stop struggling in our healing journey. You'll learn what you've been missing, how to feel safe in your healing process, and how to truly reconnect with yourself. This isn't just about healing for us. It's about breaking generational pain, unlocking generational healing. Okay? Well, this episode is coming to an end, and I want to thank you for sharing this space with me. If this episode resonated with you, send it to someone who may need to hear this. If you haven't already, join our Facebook group, Sister Let's Heal Together. That's where we continue these conversations, share our experiences, and remind each other that we're not alone in this journey. Our next episode, I'm sharing more of my personal story, the raw truth of how I broke the cycle I grew up in. It's a story that I never shared in this way before. I hope it gives you a little insight and encouragement for your own journey. Until next time, take care of yourself. Signing off, your sister Do Love. Bye.